Chris and Sean. We're back with episode 71 of Talking Through the Medias. Hey, man, what's up, Sean? It's been a while. Where the hell have you been?
Yeah, it's been a little while, man. Sorry, guys. Busy, bitches.
You sound like casual about it. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a while. Hey,
gotta make that money. Gotta make that money. Be able to pay for these lights and these cameras to stay on.
Right?
That's an excuse.
This face doesn't make itself, baby. All right. Well, guys, we're going to talk about a couple things here. So a couple topics I want to throw off. And I also have we got your mail at the end of this. So I'll read that out to you, Sean, and see if we can comment to this person's little comment to our YouTube channel. Appreciate all the comments out there. Hey, man, we're at 1909. We're about to hit that 2,000 real soon, man. About tomorrow, probably tomorrow. Let's you know what, man? This is what I want to talk about. This is a topic I came up with. I don't know, was it you I spoke to on the phone, or did I come up with this conspiracy theory with Joe? Here's my theory. Netflix. I believe Netflix is, if not partially, at least 50% of the reason that the current generation, all of us pretty much, is in this whole instant gratification. I need it now. The video, the movies have to be downloaded, the streamings, the Instagrams, the Facebook message. I need my don't call me, text me mentality. I think ever since here's my theory. Here we go. Let's throw this up the flagpole and see if anybody salutes. I believe ever since Netflix revolutionized the whole going out to Blockbuster thing and killed that. And then they perfected the whole with the DVDs coming home. And then they perfected the streaming thing. I think everybody's light switch in their head went off. Like, but going out to the store, I need my food delivered to my house. I need it now. I'm not gonna get up out and go get it. I want it brought to me. My video games. I want my Uber, all that shit. Instagram, all of it. I think Netflix was the one that started it all, or perfected. I know Amazon was out there. I know all these other online things were out there, but ever since Netflix perfected it, I think that's when we lost our minds. And that's just my theory. What do you think?
I think that there's enough subscribers in that. I would say that arguably Netflix is the biggest media company in the world right now, maybe. Dare I say. Well, but I mean, like, as far as making movie, TV show, and subscribers where they have to pay for a service.
YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. But
I know what you mean. Like on the movie side.
Yeah, I would say as far as movies and TV shows, by far Netflix is the biggest. And with that, I think that enough people watch consistently that I do think that, like me, I love movies. I watch the hell out of some movies, but honestly, I don't go to the movies nearly as much as I used to. Now, like me and Chris, obviously, when it's the big movies and we can do screenings, we do. Like, we're gonna go see Avengers day one, or as soon as we possibly can. We're gonna see it on the big screen. Some movies you just can't watch them like this. So it's just not right to watch it at home. And I do hope that they don't go away. But Chris has got it, and I need to get it. Is the Moviepass?
Oh, dude. Well, breaking news. I mean, John Campea. Everybody knows I'm a subscriber to John Campea. He broke this. He was the one that broke the story to me. He had if you go to the Moviepass app right now, they have this new promotion with iHeartRadio. The whole 30 movies in 1 month thing for $10 a month. That's gone now.
No.
They're doing a promotion right now with iHeartRadio. I don't know what the deal is. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but something with iHeartRadio, like who's listening to iHeartRadio, right? But they're offering like up to 4 movies now, and then some package deal with iHeartRadio. So people who haven't signed up now are like they're on their app and they're like, "What's up with where's the $10 a month and all the movies that I want to watch?"
Were you getting grandfathered into it? Because I know you had it.
Where's that? Well, I'm getting there. And on Twitter, all Moviepass is responding with this. Like, as of right now, we're doing this new promotion with iHeartRadio, and when that's over, like right now, we're not doing the $10 a month. You get 30. You can watch up to 30 movies in a month if you want to. 1 movie a day thing right now. We're not doing that package right now anymore. But once we're finished with this iHeartRadio Moviepass thing, then we'll bring back the $10 a month package. But when they first mentioned that, and John Campea was real smart to catch this. He said, but you got to really read what they say. Like, look at exactly what it said. It said that the $10 a month deal would return. It didn't specifically say that the $10 a month to watch up to $30 movies in 1 month, a movie every day thing would return. They just said the $10 thing would return. So the question now is, will they bring back the $10 a month thing and still keep the only up to 4 movies a month thing that they got going right now? The question that he brought up to you was, is that still worth it? I'm gonna answer right now for me. The most I've seen in 1 month so far has been 3. I've gone to the movies 3 times in a month, and I think I'm gonna watch it another. That's pretty much like once a week. $10 a month. That's still. What do you think about that? I mean, just let me get your thoughts on that.
I think most people, I hate to say it, at least nowadays. Now, if someone had asked me when we were kids, even if it was just from like a kid's perspective, people used to go to the movies a lot more. I mean, a lot more, just because we didn't have Netflix. Now, I don't know. Most people, it's not going to be worth it.
And that was his point. He said the main reason why he says Moviepass has been doing some funny, crazy things, cheating things for a while under the scenes, and now the movie producers are complaining that that the service is cutting into their bottom line. So he says that these two big, the movie people and the Moviepass people are going to be more concerned about their piece of the pie. This is how he put it. He said people are more concerned about their piece of the pie, and when they should be worrying about the fact that the pie itself is disappearing. So people are worrying about getting more money for their bonuses, but they should be worrying about the fact that less people are going to the movies. And they should be trying to sacrifice their fucking bonuses to make going to the movies a better experience now. Because if more people start going to the movies, even if you're getting a small piece of the pie, but if more people are going to the movies, that pie will still technically get bigger. He got a whole pie reference thing going on for like 30 minutes. But
maybe, and this is not necessarily initially beneficial to the people who own the cinemas, the actual buildings. Maybe the way it's structured needs to be changed. Maybe it does need to be a subscription thing. Because they could just be responsible for selling, because people always buy popcorn and Cokes and crap and candy. They're going to buy that. They like, I usually spend more money when I do go on refreshments and junk food than I do on the actual tickets. Maybe it does. We just need to maybe
get a discount. You mean at the concession stand or?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that because people don't go as many often to the building itself to go to the movies, they really should just turn it into a subscription thing. It'll get more butts in the seats. I mean, honestly, now they may need to change the price so that they can still make enough ends meet. And maybe the owners of the companies need to be shifted. Like maybe the people who own these big apps and stuff need to be the ones who own the buildings so that it's profitable for them, and cheap on the operator's end, and then cheap for the consumer end. And then we make fireworks go off,
They should probably come up with some kind of like gold pass or platinum membership thing where
a VIP pass, yeah.
If you're willing to pay like $250 for a year, because if you break it down, like $10 a month is like $120 a year, right? Maybe if you're willing to pay double that or triple that, maybe if you're willing to pay like $350 for a platinum membership, you can go to the movies 30 times a day theoretically if you want, and then you can always get free drink, popcorn, and soda.
I'll tell you what, if they said if you pay $50 a month, you can watch as many movies every day as you want. I would go to the movie.
And get a free popcorn.
And 1 bag of popcorn a day.
Popcorn, 1 small soda. And
I would go. No, I wouldn't be able to go every. But if there was a theater closer to me and they offered me $50 a month for unlimited viewing, like when my dad was a kid, he told me stories about how you could pay a nickel and go see as many. And it wasn't just that movie. You would pay for one movie, and then you go to the theater right next door and watch that movie, and then all day, like 25 cents or a nickel, you watch all the movies you want. I mean, this is back in the 50s.
But nowadays, making these movies is getting more expensive.
Yeah.
And that's why they're trying to raise the price of ticket sales, because technically the movie company doesn't really make that much money off the ticket sales because they're giving a big chunk of that back to the studio. So they make their money mostly from concession. That's why cotton candy or M&M's cost
your $12 hot dog.
What? It's like a $12 hot dog that you either got to get a hot dog or pay your mortgage. and it's like it's ridiculous. So
it
it's
better
like,
be a fucking Kobe beef hot dog. Is all I'm saying.
exactly. So it's like the movie theaters are thinking, well, we can't take less on the ticket sales to help them out on the concession stuff because it costs so much money to make these movies. But then you got movies like Deadpool, where they made almost $1 billion, and the budget was only 40 mil.
I got an idea.
I'm sure those tickets could have cost $5 a piece.
I got an idea. And this is pretty much only possible with this one company to make it because they have so much money. Let Netflix put up buildings, auditoriums, one or two of them in each big city, to where if you pay a VIP platinum membership, you can go see those movies on a big screen with your membership, and watch them at your house too if you have your membership too. Like a Netflix building. But they would also screen, as long as you're a VIP account, they would screen new movies, and you could go watch those because
new movies from other studios.
Whoever,
you mean like Avengers and
literally Netflix owns the building because they're a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
I think that's what movie companies were doing back in the day, and that's why they broke that up, because it was a monopoly. What would happen was, because if I remember the history correctly, Warner Brothers and Sony, whatever the companies were back in the day, let's say Warner Brothers, they were the main ones still back then. They would own movie theaters. What they would do then would, you got the big movie coming out, and Warner Brothers movie is about to come out, and you got the competitors movie company right across the street. What Warner Brothers would do is, where they would used to give a Warner Brothers movie to everybody, they then would only give the big movie that everybody's gonna want to see to their own the studios that they only own, which the government called a monopoly, which they have to break that up. So that sounds like that's kind of what that would probably be a conflict right there if Netflix did that, because that's what the problem with the movie industry was back in the 50s, if I remember correctly. That's what they were doing back in the day.
I do think that the subscription is the way to go. They just need to figure out the logistics in it. Come up with a price.
Moviepass isn't making money off of this, if you think about it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They have to come up with something. And I don't, like most people, and I don't know if it's just me, but most people I talk to about this have never heard of this. They're like, what? They have no idea it exists.
Here's John Campion's theory. He thinks that their master plan was to get so many people subscribed, even though they're technically losing money, because if the average person goes to like 4 or 5 movies a month, and they're only paying $10, the movie companies are losing money off of that. I mean, even though technically sometimes those screenings, it's like in the middle of the day, and those movie theaters are empty anyway. But still, they could have been getting an extra $10 out of that ticket, right? So he guaranteed subscription. But his theory was that they were going to get a large enough subscriber base and then force the movie theaters to raise the price, to help them raise the price and whatnot, because hey, we got all the Moviepass people, and you want these billions of people coming to the movies, so raise the price. But I don't think that's working, or it's not happening fast enough, because on average a Moviepass person could probably see like 3 or 4 or 5 movies in a month, and they only paid $10. And they're not buying, and I don't know about you, but I'm not buying food when I go to a Moviepass screening. I just go in there and watch them.
I always do. I'm a hog, man.
When I go to the movies, you know me, I buy my food. But
Chris over there chewing down on nachos.
But ever since I got the Moviepass, I've been all about trying to save, the use.
You're trying to get the value out of it.
I try to get the value out of this.
You take the beeline right to the auditorium. Like,
I eat a meal. I eat a big meal, then I go straight to the movie and just use the Moviepass and just get out. I try to save it. I try to keep it going. Man,
I have a hard time. I love you, Coca-Cola. I have a hard time not having a drink sitting in the little cup holder next to me while I'm watching the movie.
If it was just a drink, they would still be taking a bath on
$6.
That's it. They only technically made $6 out of you because you already paid your $10. You might be going there to see Black Panther for the 10th time. You only paid $6. they're still losing money. So okay, to answer your question from before, yes, everybody who was grandfathered in, me, I'm still under my 30. I can watch 30 movies in a month if I want to now. Since you haven't gotten the Moviepass yet, if you go on the app right now, not there. It's a different thing now. I think it's like Like I don't know if you have the app like queued up, but you can try to look it up later if you want. I don't think the $10 a month for unlimited movies, that's gone.
You know, my problem was, is guys, I live in Galveston. We have a horrible movie theater here. It's horrible.
But you're not just limited to Galveston.
I know, but that means I got to drive like 40 minutes north, sometimes an hour, to get to the theater. And for me, my ass is sitting in the house. I'll pay extra, especially nowadays, guys. And I hate to say this because I love going to the theater, but now with your Microsoft account or your Amazon account or your Netflix account, like Chris, you remember how it was back in the 80s and the 90s. If it was a big movie, it took like a year for it to get back on VHS tape.
Yeah.
Or what do they call it? What was it in between pay-per-view? You get it on pay-per-view with that damn. You had to have a box.
It was a 2-month pay-per-view block.
Yeah.
They had it. They had the industry on lockdown because there was no instant, gratification. Like, and it all comes full circle back to what we were talking about with Netflix. We gotten spoiled with the whole digital age, and it's killing the movie industry business. So they've got to. Okay, I love it. I mean, we're gonna go see Avengers in IMAX. That's a $20 ticket.
I don't even care.
I don't usually do the IMAX or the 3D all that much, but for event films like this, I gotta see it.
Oh yeah.
With that definition.
We got to see it on that big 4K, or I don't even know what the K. Lots of Ks. I don't know what the hell it is at IMAX.
It's got more Ks than
more Ks than a box of Frosted Flakes. Come on. Man, I'm telling you, man.
I went the racist way. Well, you got more Ks.
Got more Ks in a clan.
Don't be racist. But I can't wait to see that movie though. So it all comes full circle. But your theory about Netflix, I don't think they're gonna do it.
I don't think so either. It would be cool.
Their platform is so perfect in this. I mean, billions of subscribers.
They're huge.
Billions of dollars right now. They're on a social media level of subscriber level, and we're all paying that $7.99 or $10.99.
I pay more than that. I pay the premium so that I can watch 4K. And you should be too.
You're paying for. You can watch up to on 4 screens if you want to.
I think 4 or 6 people, like my family members, own my account.
Yeah,
which is legal. And I have 4K. I can stream in 4K. And guys, both me and Chris have a 4K screen.
It doesn't make sense for me anymore. The only time I need more than one screen is when with my kids, maybe they're watching something in the room and I'm watching something on Netflix here. And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I don't need to do that. Then when they're not here, I'm just here by myself.
Don't you have like a 65-inch TV though, like a 4K 65?
I mean, that's not a big deal to me. That's what I mean. It's still gonna.
Well, that may be the way Chris feels, but for a lot of people who went out and spent that money to get that because that's guys. If you have a 4K TV, if it's large, that's where you're gonna see the difference.
If you have a household where you got like especially if you had a household where if you had kids like teenage kids or something like that in the house, and like they all want to watch a movie in their room by themselves.
Oh yeah, you need all them.
That makes sense. You get that package. But me, a single dude in the house by myself, the majority of the week, I only got one TV. It's only me. I'm not giving anybody else my password. So I brought it back down from the 3 to I think I did up to 3 screens or 2 screens. And I brought it back down to 1 screen to save the $3. But I figure, I'm not using it. In the future, yeah, I'll probably go back up to the 4K. Or I'll get Joy to do it and then just get her password. That's how I'm gonna do it. But what do you guys think, man? What do you think about? Do you think Netflix has spoiled us and it's hurting the movie industry and the instant streaming thing is gonna kill the movie going experience? I hope not. I hope not. So, what do you say? Just put it in the box. Always send us your comments. Always send us your questions because we'll definitely be talking about it. Because we got one today on we got your mail. So.